So for this week, we're actually going to talk about a pretty big thing that I thought was virtually never going to happen, but it did. The headline off the Apple's newsroom is Apple partners with Best Buy for expanded repair service. So Apple today announced the completion of a major expansion of its Apple authorized service network, with nearly 1,000 Best Buy stores across the U.S. now providing expert service and repairs for Apple products. Customers have even easier and more convenient access to safe and reliable repairs. Now, this is impressive in the sense of the fact the article was shared that now there's over 1,800 third-party Apple authorized service providers in the U.S., which all are using parts certified for safety, quality, and reliability. But this is what's really cool, and I mean, Will can attest to this because he's seen this growth of what Apple retail has become. This is 3 times as many locations as 3 years ago, meaning 8 out of 10 Apple customers will be within 20 minutes of an authorized service provider. I mean, this is just, it's super cool. It expands the network that Apple customers can be serviced at a quality rate. These are going to be certified Apple technicians that are going to be stationed in Best Buy. I just think it's one of the, you couldn't think it get any better, and then it gets better.
Well, one of the things I will tell you when it came to Apple, number one, that they were very strict on who could touch these products, and understandably,
right.
Because remember, they build the software, they build the hardware, and now they're letting a third-party company basically take over most of their a majority level of their repairs now, because there are more Best Buy stores than there are Apple stores. Face it, that's the truth,
Yep.
And now that they've been slowly giving Best Buy something, they already gave them same day iPhone repairs, but now that they're actually allowed to go there for any Apple product and go there and use certified parts, to repair them, that just now makes everything, change. Now, I will tell you from a Genius perspective, boy, that cuts a break on us. So going to Apple is the only way to get service on your iPhone, on your Mac. There was no other way to get service on it. And now, with Best Buy taking over a lot of the responsibility of these repairs, one, you got to worry about quality. And two, the Geniuses might be trained differently than the Best Buy. Now Apple Certified usually goes through the same routine as far as training goes. But I don't know, are they going to be doing repairs in-house? Are they sending them out? That's probably the biggest thing. One of the articles that I read that was like almost a couple days later after this was released, that someone said that this was in Kentucky, that they have to send it out and it has to be out there for a while, like 2 to 4 weeks. So now our turnaround time at Apple was a lot smaller than that, unless there was like a shortage of products. But it's definitely a long time to send a product out. So one of the things I think that we need to find out, and this is good for you to try, is the next time you have a failure in your Apple product, go to a Best Buy, see what they do. And then if you ever leave us feedback about what is happening, we could tell you what we did. I can tell you right now, our repair times are typically 3 to 5 days, business days.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we were able to turn everything around pretty quickly compared to a Best Buy. Even when you bring like a TV or a PC there, like their turnaround time I think is still pretty high. I never went to the Geek Squad for a repair in a long time. Have you ever, I don't know about you, Tim, but I haven't been there in a while for a Geek Squad.
I've actually never been.
Okay, there you go. So
Yeah.
I think the only way to figure that out is, honestly, one of the things I'm going to try is I'm going to actually go there the next time I have a product failure and see what happens. I'm going to bring an under warranty product and see what happens with it. And that way we get a better idea of what they will do compared to what an Apple store will do. Now,
Right.
The biggest thing you have to remember when it comes to an Apple store, it's busy there. One of the things people tell you, walking into an Apple store without a reservation is the dumbest idea. And we're gonna have a segment about we're gonna have a segment about that. But as far as Geek Squad now they could be as busy. We don't know. This is so new, and who knows if every store really is ready for it. I hope they trained them. I hope they hire the right employees. I even looked around. I even said, I'm going to look around. If I look up Best Buy right now for Geek Squad and then I look up Apple, I really couldn't find a job opening for it. So I'm trying to figure out what the difference is for it. Now I'm looking on their website. It does say you can schedule an appointment. So looking on their website right now, you can actually schedule an appointment for your Apple TV or any Apple product. So no different than, what we did. Again, I probably would recommend doing that. My closest store by me, and they're giving you about 20 minutes of time, because I'm looking at 8 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. So you're looking at about a 20-minute window for service, kind of relatively close to what we do. Now I chose.
Yeah, it was 20 minutes.
I chose an Apple TV, so I mean, let's go with a realistic product. I'm going to choose a Mac as an example, and I'm choosing my local store right now. So if I go to schedule an appointment on their site, you got to answer a few questions. So it's asking me a bunch of different things that I have. Okay, so it's asking me, like needs repair. So I'm going to choose that. I have a Wi-Fi connection issue, bad connection. So it's asking me questions, kind of like how Apple does on their site. Really no different.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so they're giving us, they're kind of doing the same thing. And then now it's actually asking me if I want to chat with an agent. So it's actually trying to avoid bringing this into a store. So it's very similar how Apple does it, where some things you pick may not necessarily get you into the store. They're trying to figure it out either online or chat, kind of like how Applecare does it. So that's why I'm just trying to go through, see, I'm trying to find an actual hardware problem. See what they say.
Do like broken LCD or something?
Yeah, it doesn't even offer me that.
Oh, really?
You have to sign in with a Best Buy account, so they're making you make a Best Buy account to get into there. No, I don't know the serial number, so I'm just lying, obviously. I do know the serial number. And I can say, okay, so here's damage, exterior. In-store appointment, schedule it. And then, 20 minutes of time is what I'm given. So pretty much similar how an Apple Store does it.
Interesting.
So you could walk in, but again, I would recommend making an appointment with their website. So it's very similar how Apple does it. Apple's a little cleaner than theirs, but I think that it's really relatively the same thing.
As long as there's like a familiarity to it, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so that's pretty much a nutshell of it. I mean, right now I think time will tell. We have to see people go to these stores, get experience of it, and see what they say. And if you've done it, we want to hear that. So you could tell us right on our ThinkDifferentPodcast.com website, on Twitter, on Facebook. Do you remember the Twitter name now, Tim?
Yeah, so it's actually both the same handle. So our Twitter handle is @ThinkDifferentPod. And our Facebook handle is also @ThinkDifferentPod.
And you can also check us out on YouTube. We're going to post clips of our episodes on there as well. You can follow us on there, leave feedback on there. And our goal is to do live keynotes. Our goal is to do some segments. So some of the things we're thinking about doing is like a facilitation segment where we teach people how to use their products and find some really cool things. One of my favorite ones, which will be "Don't Do That." And then that is going to be a very fun segment to do.
I think we're doing like an app versus app segment. So, we'll pick two apps that do very similar things and see what benefits and non-benefits each of them have. We're going to obviously do the Apple News segment. And then we're actually going to be bringing in some other former Apple employees as well to, touch on their stories, touch on their experiences relative to ours as well. So if we have a topic of like 1 week talking about, iPhone sales, we might bring in a friend or a former coworker to talk about a story about, selling an iPhone maybe on launch day or something like that. So we'll share different stories like that.
Yeah, so that our goal is to bring a different perspective of Apple to you guys with making it fun. Me and Tim get along very well, thank God. So, so if it was somebody else with I won't say the name, but I think Tim might know who it is.
Calling shots.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore. So as far as I'm concerned, for those who maybe of our former Apple employees that do listen to us, man, we hope you enjoyed this. We're just having fun.
We're just having fun.
Really, honestly, we just wanted to do something different, and then this is going to be great. So, Tim, if we have nothing else, I mean, the only thing I can say is make sure you subscribe to us here on every single podcast. Let me start over. Make sure you subscribe to us on every Apple platform that's a possibility where you can get podcasts. You know where those are. TuneIn, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can go anywhere to subscribe to us. And Tim, what's your handle for you people to reach out to you?
Right now I only have a handle at Instagram, so that's Tim_Santoro. I can be reached at any time there. I think there's a Twitter floating out there that has my name on it, but I don't use it, so don't contact me through there. If you do, I won't respond at all. And then I'm also on Facebook, but that's just by my name, Tim Santoro.
Yeah. Tim doesn't want friends, so I just want to trying to keep his list down to at least 10 friends.
Yeah, close circle.
Unlike me,
circle.
I have like over 1,000. So, but I am W Vafides. That's WVAFIDES Productions on Instagram, and it's weird because I have like 5 different handles for 5 different reasons. But you can go on Twitter at TLD Wrestling. Yep. We'll leave that for another time. So Tim, if there's nothing else today, first successful episode with a minor hiccup of a FaceTime call because I'm running a beta on my damn iPad and it messed it up. But
I got a little betas.
So our Apple products are failing. We must make an appointment immediately. All right, guys.
Cannot compute.
Yeah, cannot compute. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of the Think Different podcast.
Peace out.